You wake up already reaching for security, reaching for validation, reaching for success, reaching for love. And still, something feels unsettled inside you. You tell yourself, when I get there, I'll finally breathe. When the money is stable, when the relationship is secure, when the platform grows, when the future looks predictable. But listen to me, you are not created to be satisfied by outcomes. You were created to be satisfied by me. You keep rearranging the outside of your life, hoping the inside will quiet down. You adjust your plans, your image, your goals. You run faster. You strive harder. You calculate more carefully, and yet the hunger remains. Why? Because you are seeking addition before alignment. You are chasing provision before presence. You are pursuing blessing before surrender. You are trying to collect what was only meant to follow. I never told you to seek success first. I never told you to seek applause first. I never told you to seek comfort first. I told you to seek my kingdom first. Not as an accessory, not as a Sunday habit, not as an emergency solution when everything else fails. First, before the plans, before the ambition, before the fear-driven decisions, before the restless striving. You are tired not because life is heavy, but because your priorities are inverted. When you put everything else at the center, you must carry it. When you put me at the center, I carry you. I am not competing with your goals. I am inviting you to reorder them. You think if you secure the world, you will feel safe. But safety does not come from accumulation. It comes from alignment. Seek me first, and watch how everything else finds its proper place. Your heart is not evil. It is distracted, pulled in 100 directions, fragmented by notifications, driven by comparison, pressed by expectations you never asked for. You say you love me, and you do, but love without priority becomes background noise. I am not meant to be part of your schedule. I am meant to shape it. Look at how quickly your mind runs to problems. Look at how easily your thoughts orbit around money, reputation, relationships, future outcomes. What you think about most reveals what you seek first, and what you seek first forms you. If you seek approval first, you become anxious. If you seek wealth first, you become restless. If you seek control first, you become exhausted. But if you seek my kingdom first, you become anchored. The disorder in your life is not random chaos. It is misplaced priority. Your peace is disturbed because your focus is divided. Your strength is drained because your allegiance is scattered. You cannot serve two centers. You cannot chase two masters. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So ask yourself honestly, not with shame, but with clarity. What occupies you? What dominates you? What do you fear losing most? That is what sits first. I am not asking you to abandon responsibility. I am asking you to restore order. When I am first, everything else is lighter. When I am first, decisions become clearer. When I am first, your heart stops racing and starts resting. A distracted heart is heavy. A reordered heart is free. Seek me. Not second, not eventually, not when things calm down. First. You hear the word kingdom and you imagine distance, clouds, gold streets, a faraway future. But my kingdom is not escape. It is rule. Where I reign, there is my kingdom. It is not merely a place you go after death. It is a reality that begins the moment you surrender. When I say seek first the kingdom, I am not telling you to chase a location. I am inviting you to live under my authority. My kingdom is where my will is welcomed, where my truth outranks opinion, where my voice silences fear, where my ways override your impulses. You want my blessings, but my kingdom is my leadership. You want my protection, but my kingdom is my authority. You want the benefits of being mine without the surrender of being ruled. But the kingdom is not a democracy. It is not built on your preferences. It is not shaped by culture. It is not adjusted by trends. It is governed by me. To seek my kingdom first means this. You wake up asking, what does God desire? You decide asking, what honors him? You respond asking, what aligns with his will? It means my values become your compass. My word becomes your standard. My spirit becomes your guide. You do not fit me into your life. You build your life around me. That is the kingdom, not religion, not performance, not image, alignment. And when you step under my rule, you do not lose freedom. You find it, because the only true freedom is living the way you were designed to live. under the reign of the one who created you. You call it stress. You call it responsibility. You call it being careful. But listen closely. Anxiety often reveals what you believe rests on your shoulders. You are anxious about what you think you must control. Money, outcomes, reputation, the future. When something feels fragile, your fear rises because you believe its survival depends on you. But if I am truly first, then I am responsible for what concerns you. Anxiety exposes misplaced trust. If your peace collapses when circumstances shake, it means your confidence was anchored in something temporary. You worry about tomorrow because you have placed tomorrow above me. You rehearse worst-case scenarios because you believe your imagination protects you. But has it? Has anxiety ever added a single hour to your life? Has fear ever strengthened your future? You cannot claim I am king while acting as if everything depends on you. When I am first, you still work, but you are not consumed. You still plan, but you are not panicked. You still care, but you are not controlled. Peace is not the absence of uncertainty. It is the presence of trust. If you seek the kingdom first, anxiety loses its throne. Because you remember this, you are not the provider. You are not the sustainer. You are not the architect of destiny. I am, and when I sit first in your heart, fear has no seat left to claim. You do not need more effort. You need order. Your life feels heavy because everything is competing for first place. Your career wants first. Your family wants first. Your fear wants first. Your ambition wants first. Your comfort wants first. And you are torn in every direction. But I did not design you to live divided. I said, seek first the kingdom. First is not casual. First is not occasional. First is not when you have time. First means before. Before decisions. Before reactions. Before commitments. Before conclusions. When I am first, I shape what follows. If you put success first, you will sacrifice peace. If you put approval first, you will betray conviction. If you put comfort first, you will avoid growth. But when you put me first, everything else is filtered. You ask, does this align with His will? You ask, does this reflect His heart? You ask, does this strengthen or weaken my obedience? That is reordering. It is not dramatic, it is intentional. You stop building your life around urgency and start building it around truth. You stop chasing what glitters and start pursuing what lasts. When I am first, you are not frantic. You are focused. You are not scattered. You are steady. You do not have to eliminate responsibility. You simply anchor it. Put me first in your morning. Put me first in your thoughts. Put me first in your priorities. And watch how confusion clears. Because when the king is in his rightful place, the kingdom functions as it was meant to. You want results. You want doors to open. You want increase. You want recognition. You want breakthrough. But listen carefully. The kingdom does not reward hunger for outcome. It responds to hunger for righteousness. Seek first the kingdom and His righteousness. Righteousness is not perfection. It is alignment. It is choosing what is right when it costs you. It is obeying when it is inconvenient. It is telling the truth when lying would benefit you. It is forgiving when pride wants revenge. You want the blessing, but I am shaping your character. You want expansion, but I am refining your integrity. If I gave you increase without righteousness, it would crush you. So I work on the inside before I enlarge the outside. Righteousness means your private life matches your public confession. It means your loyalty to me is not conditional. It means you choose obedience over applause. Many seek the reward. Few seek the right way. But hear me clearly. When you pursue righteousness first, reward becomes secondary, and that is when it becomes safe to give, because your heart is no longer attached to what I provide. It is attached to me. If you seek position, you will compromise. If you seek power, you will manipulate. If you seek wealth, you may justify anything. But if you seek righteousness, you will stand firm. And when you stand firm, I can trust you with more. The kingdom is not built on ambition. It is built on surrender. Choose what is right, even when no one sees, because I see, and I add what you need in my time, not as a bribe, but as a blessing. You want a 5-year plan. I want your daily trust. You want guarantees. I give you bread for today. The kingdom is not sustained by bursts of passion. It is built by daily dependence. When I taught you to pray, I did not tell you to ask for monthly supply. I said, give us this day our daily bread. Why? Because dependence keeps your heart soft. If I gave you everything at once, you would forget who gave it. If I revealed the entire path, you would try to walk it without me. But when you come to me every day, for wisdom, for strength, for clarity, for courage, you remain aligned. Daily dependence breaks pride. It teaches you that you are not self-sustaining. It reminds you that breath itself is gift. You wake up and say, Lord, lead me today. You pause and ask, is this your will? You end the day knowing you carried me. That is seeking the kingdom first, not once, but continually. You do not store up enough spirituality to survive without me. You walk with me moment by moment, choice by choice. If you only seek me in crisis, you will live unstable. But if you seek me daily, your roots grow deep. Dependence is not weakness, it is intimacy. And intimacy produces strength that striving never could. There will be moments when the world offers you something faster. Faster success, faster recognition, faster pleasure, faster security. And it will seem easier. You will be tempted to compromise just a little, to bend your convictions slightly, to adjust your values for opportunity. But the kingdom does not operate by shortcuts. When you choose me first, you will sometimes walk away from what others run toward. You will refuse the deal that requires dishonesty. You will decline the relationship that pulls you from obedience. You will step back from applause that demands compromise. And it may cost you, but what you gain is greater. You gain peace that cannot be purchased. You gain integrity that cannot be stolen. You gain my presence in a way the world cannot imitate. The world promises gain and delivers emptiness. My kingdom requires surrender and delivers fullness. When you choose the kingdom over the world, you are not losing opportunity. You are choosing eternity over applause. Do not be surprised if others misunderstand you. Do not be shaken if obedience looks slower. My timing is not delayed. It is deliberate. The world builds quickly and collapses quietly. My kingdom builds steadily and stands forever. When you choose me first, over comfort, over culture, over convenience, you prove where your treasure lies. And where your treasure is, there your heart will rest. Choose wisely, because what you seek first shapes who you become. You focus on the promise. All these things will be added to you. Provision, opportunity, open doors, what you need. But you misunderstand the order. The addition is not the pursuit, it is the consequence. When you seek the kingdom first, you are not chasing things. You are aligning with me. And when you align with me, what is necessary follows. Not always what you crave, not always what you imagined, but what you truly need. I know the difference between desire and destiny. You ask for comfort. I may give growth. You ask for ease. I may give strength. You ask for abundance. I may give contentment first. All these things are not trophies for religious effort. They are the natural overflow of alignment. When your heart is rightly ordered, your life stabilizes. When your focus is eternal, your needs become clearer. You discover something surprising. You need less than you thought. You fear less than you imagined. You desire differently than before. Because when I become your treasure, everything else loses its grip. Addition becomes secondary. Presence becomes primary. And sometimes the greatest thing I add is not money or status or comfort. It is peace. Peace that does not depend on circumstances. Peace that remains when outcomes shift. Peace that anchors you in uncertainty. That is what follows a kingdom-first life. Not always applause, but always sufficiency. At first, you must choose to seek me, but over time, it becomes who you are. Seeking the kingdom is no longer a discipline you force. It becomes your instinct. Before you speak, you consider my heart. Before you decide, you seek my will. Before you react, you remember my truth. You are not constantly negotiating between me and the world. You are established. Your identity shifts. You are no longer driven by comparison. You are no longer consumed by proving yourself. You are no longer defined by what you accumulate. You are defined by who you belong to. When my kingdom becomes your priority, it becomes your perspective. You see differently. Success is no longer measured by applause, but by obedience. Security is no longer measured by savings, but by trust. Worth is no longer measured by validation, but by my voice. And something inside you stabilizes. You stop living reactionary. You stop living frantic. You stop living divided. You live centered. Seeking first is not about perfection. It is about direction. And when your direction is fixed on my kingdom, your life gains clarity, because what you seek first shapes what you worship, and what you worship shapes who you become. If you seek the world first, you become restless. If you seek me first, you become rooted. Choose your center carefully, because your center becomes your destiny. Do not pretend there is no cost. There is, when you truly put me first. Something else must move. Old habits, old priorities, old compromises, old definitions of success. You cannot crown me king and keep every other ruler in place. When I am first, some relationships will shift. Some ambitions will be refined. Some doors will close, not to punish you, but to protect you. You will feel the tension, because the world rewards what is visible. I reward what is faithful. The world celebrates speed. I cultivate depth. The world applauds self-promotion. I honor surrender. Putting me first will sometimes make you look different. But listen carefully. Different is not defeated. Different is set apart. When you choose my kingdom over your ego, you lose the burden of self-creation. You stop trying to manufacture identity. You stop performing for approval. You stop living in comparison. And that is freedom. You are free from the constant pressure to prove yourself. Free from the anxiety of controlling outcomes. Free from the exhaustion of chasing everything. Because when I am first, I become your source. And when I am your source, you are secure, not because everything is perfect, but because everything is aligned. You have tried putting other things first, and they did not satisfy you. You put achievement first, and it demanded more. You put relationships first, and they fluctuated. You put security first, and it felt fragile. Now listen to me. Put me first, not as theory, not as inspiration, not as a temporary resolution, but as your center. Wake up and seek me. Think through my truth. Choose in light of my will. Trust in my authority. You do not have to understand everything to seek me. You only have to surrender. The kingdom is not far. It is near as your next decision. Every moment is an opportunity to reorder. Will you chase what fades, or will you seek what lasts? If you put me first, you will not lose your life. You will find it, because I am not asking for priority to control you. I am asking for priority to free you. Seek first my kingdom, and watch how everything else falls into place. Not because you forced it, but because you finally aligned with the one who holds it all. I am not competing for your attention. I am calling you home. Put me first and live.